makes his final regular season start, just his fourth start after missing almost 3 months with the shoulder injury. He was brilliant in that first game off the IL, Jerry, but his last start, a little bit of a struggle for him. He allowed 3 runs in the first inning, only got through 3 innings. What are you hoping to see out of him today before the postseason?
Well, you see the 3 base on balls right there. That can't happen. He understands that he was not sharp. You got to be able to command the strike zone. And you see the hits. Now, a couple of these hits, obviously, were not hit hard. But again, those are the walks. You cannot walk anybody. He understands that. Hopefully, he's got command of that fastball, command of that breaking ball. Now, that's a tough task. The curveball, that 12-6 curveball at Coors Field in Mile High, usually is not a pitch you use there. But he needs to use it, and obviously that split finger, his best pitch. So hopefully commanding the strike zone and pitching deeper into the ballgame.
Yeah, I mean, he's got to attack the hitters. He's definitely got to go after the hitters. He's got to say, hey, I'm going to give you my stuff. I'm going to go attack those corners. Those corners are key for him. When he's on, he can hit all 4 quadrants at any time he wants. He can go up with the fastball, down with the fastball, use the splitter off of it, and like Jerry, like you said, that breaking ball. He just has to work fast, go after the hitters, and really just continue to attack, and hopefully he'll be able to go through 5 or 6 innings today.
Also, his first taste of pitching at the hitter-friendly Coors Field in Colorado, and today's pitching matchup is actually a rematch from last Sunday. Yamamoto going up against Antonio Senzatella. Adrian, as a hitter, do you feel like maybe you have a little bit of a leg up when you're seeing a pitcher again so soon, maybe a week later?
I really do. As a hitter, you feel more comfortable. If you didn't get a hit, you kind of get an idea of how he pitched to you, and you know he's going to go attack you the exact same way if you didn't get a hit. And if, on the flip side, if he did get hits, you feel comfortable hitting his pitches. You've seen him. You know what the velocity and what that fastball is doing, what the off-speed pitches are doing. You can maybe make a little bit of an adjustment knowing that the pitcher's probably going to try and adjust to you in that sense. But the pitchers do get a feel for you as a hitter as well. They get an understanding of, where your zones are, what you're looking for in certain situations that he might have not known beforehand. So I think the advantage does go to the hitter, but there is a little bit of an advantage to the pitcher as well.
Yeah, a slight edge, I would say, to the hitter, because the more you get a chance to see a guy, the more you're familiar with his release point, what he wants to do with you. But at the same time, he can make his adjustments. So it's that constant cat and mouse game. So hopefully the Dodger hitters can adjust and be ready to hit. And again, Yamamoto, the same thing. They saw him too last time, and they were very successful. Hopefully he makes his adjustments.
But they also didn't see the best version of Yamamoto in that start. And what today really amounts to for Yoshinobu Yamamoto is basically a tune-up for the NLDS beginning next week, and hoping to get things more dialed in for that big month of October. Right now, let's head back to Coors Field in Denver. Kirsten joins us again live with more on Yamamoto. Hi, Kirsten.
Hi, John. Well, for Yoshinobu, this is his 4th start coming off of the IL. So as you mentioned, with this final tune-up, it's really about just continuing to build him up and lengthen him out. In his last outing, he was only able to get through 3 innings. The pitch count did get up. While he did get to 79 pitches, Dave Roberts and the pitching staff, they were hoping that he could be around that 80-90 pitch count range. So today, the focus is about trying to kind of lengthen him out a little bit more. So Dave Roberts talked about just that earlier today.
I think that we haven't had the ideal build-up for Yoshinobu, so I think that kind of taking into consideration the innings that he's done, up-downs, the number of pitches he's thrown, coming off being a little under.
Especially after Walker Buehler's last start at home against San Diego Padres. Listen, if you want to win a World Series, I think you need 3 guys you can run out there and that give you a chance to win. Jack Flaherty has been outstanding this season. Yamamoto, we know when he is on, he is an ace. Hopefully he pitches like one tonight to really kind of propel him to the postseason. Big game Buehler. There's a reason why we call big game. This guy, outstanding job last time. And then Landon Knight, I love the makeup of him. Maybe they piggyback somebody with him in that 4th game if need be. So I love where we're at. I feel a lot better than I was a week ago. Buehler really provides this rotation some length. He is starting to trend in the right direction.
He absolutely is, and I really love what I saw out of Buehler as well. To me, Jack Flaherty is the key here. He's got to go deep into the games. He's got to give the team 6-7 innings in game 1, because we know that Yamamoto has not been fully stretched out. We know that Walker Buehler is usually going 5, maybe 6 if he is able to go and keep his pitch count down. And we know Landon Knight's probably going to get piggybacked. So Flaherty being able to give the bullpen length is very important, so the bullpen doesn't get overworked in games 2, 3, 4 as the series goes on. So to me, Jack Flaherty is the key here.
And here's another thing too. You made an excellent point. We need Jack to do that, but with Yamamoto, Buehler, and Knack, we need a guy out of that bullpen that can provide us length. Kasparis has done an incredible job. I know, hopefully he gets a chance. I know he's a rookie. Hopefully he gets a chance to make this roster because he can provide that length if somebody were to falter.
All right, we'll have more on that postseason roster coming up. Will Smith back in the lineup after getting the day off. Look at how Dave Roberts is stacking his lineup for Game 161 against the Rockies' right-hander Antonio Senzatelli. You've got Shohei and Mookie leading things off. Gavin Lux in the 3-hole again. Teoscar batting cleanup. Max Muncy returns to the lineup today. He will bat 5th with Will Smith doing the catching. Tommy Edman starting at shortstop. Kike is at first once again, and Kevin Kiermaier is in center. Adrian, what sticks out to you?
I'd love to see Kike in there at first base again, just being able to get the reps in. You never know who might be needed at first base in the postseason, if there's anything lingering with Freddie. And, Kevin Kiermaier had a good game yesterday. Good to see him back in there.
Yeah, good to see those guys get a chance to play. I'm looking at Will Smith. I love the way he swung the bat at home in that last game to really clinch the NL West. Hopefully that has momentum carrying into the postseason. Will Smith.
Adrian mentioned Kike Hernandez starting at 62 down to 2. This is all that's left on the regular season schedule. All games across Major League Baseball will begin at noon Pacific time tomorrow. Of course, next Saturday will be Game 1 of the NLDS. So Luis Arraez of the Padres, he is not in their lineup today. So Shohei Ohtani needs another big day to inch closer to a batting title and a possible triple crown. That's one of the things we'll all be watching for in tonight's Game 161. Let's head out to the booth at Coors Field. Say hello to Steven Nelson and Eric Karros joining us live with a preview. Hi, Steven.
Hey, John. Yeah, we're going to respectfully disagree. The biggest thing that people need to look out for today is Brent Honeywell's perm. EK, we saw that during pregame work. It is electric for Honey. That, in all seriousness, John is right. Luis Arraez not playing for the Padres. Shohei Ohtani does have a chance at a triple crown. He's 5 points away. I think our buddy Eric Steven, he put a tracker out there, a chart, everything that has to be done. With Arraez sitting today, if Ohtani goes 5 for 7, 5 hits and 7 ABs, he would pass him. So there's that, and there's also Yoshinobu Yamamoto in his final regular season tune-up.
Well, a lot to watch for tonight, and obviously the Ohtani chasing the Triple Crown. But I think more important for the Dodgers, Yamamoto and how he throws this evening. Want to see him throw 80, 90 pitches, get through 5 innings. That be a stepping stone. His last outing obviously wasn't as good, but look, he didn't feel great. Still trying to build up, but today is tonight is a big game for him going into the postseason.
Yeah, he was really sick last week and still feeling some effects of that illness as we head into this final start tonight. Hey, let's get it back to you, John. The Dodgers know that they've locked up the National League's top seed throughout the postseason, home field advantage as well. So they really are. We're just looking at the individual tune-ups these next couple of days.
All right, and also looking for where we'll be on perm watch apparently over the next couple days.
Just let your soul glow.
We'll see.
I'm telling you, hopefully he doesn't wear a hat the whole game.
Hey, there are going to be some birds that are happy. That could be a mess.
Stephen and EK, thank you guys. We'll see you in about 15 minutes. Yoshinobu Yamamoto, he does not have a perm. He faced the same Rockies team last Sunday. It's his worst start since coming off the IL. Gave up 4 runs in 3 innings, but Yoshi also faced the Rockies back on June 1st in one of his better starts of the season. So, Jerry, let's break down what we saw back on June 1st and what we're hoping to see later tonight.
Yeah, let's go to the K-zone and really break it down. Obviously, we know what Yamamoto is on. He has all his pitches working. He's pitching down in the zone. Great fastball command. You're going to see that splitter down, late breaking splitter, a nice ground ball to Mookie Betts. Yes, right, shortstop Mookie Betts. There's that nasty split. Gets Bryant to chase. One more look at that fastball up in the zone. They got to cover so much. 12-6 with that fastball up and that splitter down in the zone. When he's throwing that cutter too, he's running away from the barrel, which is nice to see. Always nice getting the infielder some work. There's that splitter one more time. Great job freezing the hitter with that fastball, getting Doyle to freeze. Great job. And we talked about that curveball. Now, listen, that curveball, his first time out was really electric. Hopefully he has that tonight. When he's working with that splitter, that fastball, curveball, and then occasionally using that cutter, he is tough to deal with. Once again, just like any other pitcher, you need to have command of the zone with all your pitches. Stay away from the base on balls, especially at Coors Field.
Yeah, you look at that strike zone right there at the end of this K zone, all the red at the bottom, and then a couple up top. That's Yamamoto when he's at his best. He pounds the bottom of the zone with all his pitches, and then he'll go up top to sneak it in on you and freeze you there. So for him, he needs to establish that bottom of the zone with all his pitches, especially his fastball. Everything else works off of it.
All right, as D-Train says, live low, live long. Yoshi will try to live down near the bottom part of that zone tonight in game 161. Still more to come. Matt, here's where we stand in the National League playoff picture. The Dodgers have clinched the 1 seed and best record in all of baseball. The Phillies are the 2 seed. Brewers are the 3 seed as winners of the NL Central, and then the 3 wildcard spots still a bit in disarray due to the makeup doubleheader that's going to be played Monday between the Mets and the Braves. All right, Yoshinobu Yamamoto, final tune-up before making his postseason debut, likely next weekend. We know it's a different beast in October, but what advice, Adrian, would you have for a pitcher like Yoshi making his first trip to the playoffs in the majors?
Yeah, I mean, you know, he's got a ton of experience, right? We know that. He had an experience in Japan. He has got experience in the WBC. He's been in those big moments in the past. So when it comes to the advice I have for him is continue to do what you've done in those series. Don't give this anything more hype than you need to, because we all know that when you allow these moments to get bigger in your mind, then they do become bigger, and then one little, you know, hiccup can turn into a ball rolling down and creating more and more pressure on yourself. So the biggest thing, the reason why experience is so important in the playoffs is because you don't make it more than it is. The first playoff game I ever played, it felt big. After that, it got smaller and smaller and smaller, and then you just learn, hey, just play the game of baseball and have fun. You know adrenaline's going to be a part of it, but use that to your advantage, not to make yourself feel more pressure.
Well, and then another first-timer next Saturday, Jerry Shohei. He's going to remove his name from that list of active players without a postseason appearance. So what does he need to know for his first taste of October?
Well, this young man has been dealing with pressure since he was about 15 years of age. Obviously representing himself and his country in Japan in the WBC as a pitcher and hitter. There was a lot of pressure there. He performed at a high level, continued doing so. And you know what? That series against San Diego, that was a playoff-like atmosphere. So it's basically the same thing. Man, continue doing what you're doing. There's a reason why you're the best player on the planet. Everybody else knows that. Continue doing what you're doing. And if you find yourself a little bit too hyped, think 80%. Because when you think 80%, trust me, you'll get to 100%. So, hey, be yourself. You're a stud.
Yeah, the best advice I ever got after, like I talked about, my first ever playoff game, Brian Giles told me the louder the crowd gets, the experienced pitcher, the softer they throw, because they know that the adrenaline from the crowd will make a hitter want to swing harder, and they'll catch up to the fastball. So the really experienced pitcher, the louder it gets, the softer they throw. So just remember that.
Chaos all around. You're under control.
I love both of those nuggets when it comes to playing in the postseason, but still 2 more regular season games. Shohei sitting on 50, 54, 57. Game 161, let's head out to Colorado for hopefully some more show.